Hello, friends. How are you today? Um, Today, I'm kind of smiling from corner of the mouth to the ear because I feel so energized and excited about doing some landscapes. And landscapes is something that I kind of avoided because all the landscape classes that I took, they seem so abstract and usually it's always on wet and dabbing colors here and there. And I never really got on to really the feel of doing landscapes that I liked. So I've been doing a lot of practice. And today I'm going to share with you uh, one of many things that I've done in the past couple of weeks. And I'll just take one of those and I'll show you how I created this landscape that I really like. So come with me to my desk and we'll get started. Here we are. So let me show you my scrapbook. I kind of did not, I did this one on a scrapbook and I cut it out because I kind of wanted to see what it would look like on its own. And what I got the idea is that to make some postcards. And I really like the idea of postcards because it really showcases, and here I'll show you the one that I made that I really like. And this is a postcard size that I cut from the watercolor paper, and it is size 4x6. I looked it up on the internet and postcards are 4x6. And then on the other side, I just made my own postcard design. So where you put the address and things like that. And this is really great because you could send it out like this, or you could put it into an envelope or a cute little bag of any sort of thing, and you could seal it up and you could send it in an envelope, but person that gets it would be in a postcard format, and you could just write a little notice, a little message back here. And I really like this because this is something when I was growing up in Japan, we did a lot of, rather than writing letters. My mother always encouraged me when I was a child to make a bunch of pictures and then use it as a postcard and send hello or get contact with some of my cousins or relatives. And it was a really fun way for me to make some pictures. So I like to try this today. But I want to show you a couple of other things that I did. And this one here is, let me see if I have one in my scrapbook. Oh, here it is. I did another one right here. But this one I cut out, you see, I made it here. But I just wanted to see what it would look like cut out on its own. So that's what I did. And another one I did is this one here. And this one is, I really like this one because I put a, I typed a adventure awaits you. And then I pasted that right there. And it just really makes a nice little message card. And so, and also that you can make this into like an oracle card too. So let me show you, let me see. I think that I did, hang on just a minute. And then on this one, I thought, you know, look at how nice it looks. If you just post it on a little plain white note card. And it makes a wonderful little card also. And let me try with this one. And this is the same thing. I just love the versatility of all these little pictures that we make because you could make so many things out of this. So let's begin by starting how we do this. So what I did was I just got this old watercolor pad that I used up. You can see I'm always pasting things on here. So I'm just going to use this and I'm going to paste this 4x6 card. These are kind of messy, so I'm going to take these off. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape this right. Let me see if I can see this. I just want to create an edge, right? So I'm going to create an edge here. I'm going to create a little margin on this side. I love these little margins because it just makes your work look so professional. And you paste it right here. And I think if I'm gonna make a postcard, it'll be really nice to have this little white edges on there. And this is just washi tape that I've had for a while and I don't really use it. So I'm gonna use it for this. So there we go. So to begin with a landscape that I like to do is I just don't like to go and dab colors all over the place. I really want to work out a design. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this one that I did, and it's not going to come out exactly like it, but I'm just going to draw something here. And then I might just come down this way. And, you know, it's really up to you. You could do it whatever way you want to, but I might go like that. And then I'll have the mountain coming down this way. And then probably another mountain from this side. So that's about it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a tree right here on this side. And then I'll have the branches coming out. So randomly, I'm just kind of getting an idea of what kind of landscape it would be. And if you want to, you could even put another one up here like this, you know, like further away. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but so here it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just erase some of this so it won't be so dark. So the first color I'm gonna take is so another thing I wanna tell you is that I'm trying combination of color crayons, color pencils and watercolors and even markers. I might even try some markers. I'm not sure, but let me get a box of markers here so I'm ready. I have some markers here, so I'm gonna just put this right here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it or not, but it's just really fun to think of, you know, how you could use different things when you're doing your color work. So to begin with, I'm just going to do this very low at the bottom part, and I'm going to take a watercolor brush, a little bit larger one here, I think size 6. And I'm going to start with a light green. So let me just put it right here. Here's a green. And I'm just going to go across here with this green. This is a pretty green. And when you select the colors, what I do is I really try to figure out the mood that I'm trying to create in my landscape. And is it going to be a cloudy day? Do I want to do a sunny? Is it winter, summer, spring? What is it? And so you don't have to be exact, but if you know that kind of like when you want to, what season you want to represent. And of course, I'm going for this light green because I think that this would be really nice kind of early summer kind of color. So in here, I'm just going to go ahead and do another one right here. And I don't want to, okay, I'm just going to do it here. And I'm going to go for the color Lavender. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a very light lavender color. And I think that if you have a procedure that you follow to do this, it's just much easier than just dabbing a bunch of colors and hoping they would come out. So I'm going right to the edge, but I don't want to really touch it because I'm almost touching it. That's fine. So here's my lavender. And then I might just go and pick another kind of a pale peachy color and put it, add another layer of color right here with my color pencil. And I'm just going to do this one with color pencil just so that it gives it a little bit of a different feel and a texture. I think it's more interesting if you add texture. And I'm just going to go ahead and just mix it up. That's very pretty. And then I'm going to use a light blue for the mountain. I think I need a little bit more of this other blue in here too, Ooh, there, it's getting brighter. There's some blue mountain. And the next one I might do probably maybe a light gray might be nice. And I don't really know, what I'm really doing, but I'm just kind of going with my instinct to see. There we go. And it's very wet, so I'm going to dab, dab, dab. And see what it does when you kind of dab color on top of it. It gives it an impression like it's either brushy or something is happening here, right? It's not just flat. And so it's really fun to create texture. And then let me see if I could do a little bit of a texture right here. Putting a little bit of a marking on here. So it looks like it's not just all just flat and smooth. Whatever this is, I don't know if these are rocks or but I'm just adding this on with a colored pencil. It's very pretty with colored pencil on top of it. So don't ever think that when you're doing something, you only are stuck with that one watercolor method or marker method. You know, that's why they call it the mixed media, where you draw on all kinds of different things. And I love it because it just gives it so much more texture than what you were able to do with one type of thing that you use. And right here where I did the pink, I kind of want to make it look like there's some maybe little things going on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, like field flowers. Dab, dab, dab. There we go. And then what I might do with this part here is I might just create just a little bit of a it's dry. No, maybe not. I'm not going to touch that right now. And then next comes flowers and the little plants and things growing from the ground. So I'm just kind of waiting for this to dry a little bit. And I'll probably kind of place the little plants where they would be. I don't really know, but I'm just randomly placing these plants here and there. So I know that something's gonna go there. And then I'm going to now finish, while I'm waiting for everything else to dry, I think I'm going to do the sky. So I'll take my lighter brush and I'm going to take some of this color and use this for the sky. And see, everything that I'm using is so light in color that I know that this will give it a very light feeling with this landscape. All right, so this is it for right now. A little bit more here. Gosh, my phone is blinking and I don't know where it is. Okay, I found it. I turned it off. Sorry about that. So now what we're going to do is next comes a tree. And I just want to make sure that everything's dry. So I'm going to take a little corner from my paper here. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of press over that area that I'm going to do. And I'm going to now do the tree. And for the tree trunk, I think there's going to be a brown. So let me look for a brown. And always kind of do a little test to see what you're using is okay with you in color. So I'm just going to go ahead and just randomly paint a tree trunk. So, and you don't have to be perfect with this, just have to kind of make it look like a tree trunk. And you know, I don't think my paints were completely dry, so it's still, I should have waited a little bit longer, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna just close my eyes and go ahead. And if it doesn't come out good, then it just doesn't, but I'm just gonna go ahead with it. And this tree trunk is all right. So I'm just gonna stop right there before I go any further. And just make it a little bit darker so that it's not transparent. I have a little sprig coming out this way. Now I'm going to take a size 4, a little bit smaller brush, and I'm going to make these little plants that's growing right here. So it's going to be, maybe I will use a dark green. I'm going to use a green called Shadow Green. And it's pretty dark, but that's the way I like to see it because the background is very, very light. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw these little I don't know what they are, but these are these little wild things that's growing probably up in the mountains. You know, this is really so much fun for me because I'm not used to doing this. And I think that the more I do this and more I practice, it will get better and better. And I hope that you're going to do it too, because nothing like, it's hard to try to get something to come out perfect the first time. So you have to keep trying. But if you know kind of like the steps and how to get there, just learn from what you did the first time, and you will remember these little steps and you'll get better at it. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and put little stems. They're little squiggly little fine stems. And now I'm going to put little let me see here, little blooms or little buds of things that might be growing here and there. It's just strictly just out of my imagination. So I think that you will be able to come up with something too. Just let your imagination run with you. What kind of things would you see? And then I'm going to take little stems. And I'm going to draw some leaves. And I'm going to take, let me see, little tips on those. What color would be good? I don't want to use pink. It doesn't look like a pink type. So I'm just going to use, a little bit of kind of a coral color that you see here. And I might just add just a little bit of these little coral dots. On top of these. Then I might just add just a little bit here and there here too. And then on top of these little tan color flowers, I'll use a marker because I'll just add some little yellow polka dots. Now see how the boring little flowers are now coming to life. It's just looking really great. Now, the next thing is I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to be adding some green onto the trees. So I'm just going to go ahead and add it onto this. And this is where I'm just going to go just practice blobbing. Is that the right thing? I think I need a little bit more color. So there. So now this is nothing that you have to really kind of do or anything. It's just a little. The little leaves of the trees could be just nothing. It's just there. All right, I think I'm not gonna do any more than that. Okay, I'm just gonna stop right there. Now I'm thinking that I like to add a little bit of what would I add? I think I'm going to add just a little bit of white here and there. A little white paint. And add a little bit of texture to the sky. I'm not even sure what they are. I'm not even sure they're clouds or anything, but I just don't want that place to look vacant. So that's all I'm going to do. And there's something I probably need to do with the the mountain. And so what would I do? And especially on this side, I think I need to go in just a little bit more with more gray. And add a little bit more texture to it. And then with the mountain, I'm going to add some feeling to that by just kind of dabbing paint across there. And then I'm going to take some white marker and just go ahead. Put little dabs, some mark on that one. And I think that's it. So this is what my landscape looks like. So let's go ahead and I could hardly wait to take this off all the time when I do this. Because when you take this off, it just comes out so beautiful. Oh, just one more thing. I think I should add just a little bit of white onto the trees to just break it up a little bit. That's it, just a little bit. So let's take this off. And this is a big reveal. La la la, here we go. Now you have a beautiful postcard that you could use as a postcard. You could use this as a card. You could use it as a note card, whatever you want. But when you send people something like this, basically it just shows your art, and people notice it and go, wow, that's beautiful. And so on the other side of this, this is still wet, so I cannot show you. Oh, this one here is smeared a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and take some water and just dab the water on there. And then just go ahead and get it out. So to do the other side, I'm just going to take a piece of paper just to show you. This is not the one that, but you would just turn it around, and then you would go ahead and add a little nice edge to your backside, just not by leaving it plain, but maybe this isn't going to work. But let me show you on this one. This is a watercolor paper. So you would just basically you could just outline the edge like this with, I'm using light gray watercolor. I don't want to use anything too dark because you just want to keep it nice and safe. There we go. And then you could use a pen, or you could use a, I don't think I want to use anything like black. You could use a colored pencil. You could use whatever you want, but basically you would just, if it's a longer card, you would just draw a line in the center. And then on this side, you'll be the address. And then right here, you'll have a little stamp, and you could just go ahead and draw